Welcome back to Off-Road Diaries. My name is Jonathan. If you're new to the channel, I also have an awesome wife who's part of it. Her name is Krista. Got my baby Miles in there and Princess Leia puppy dog. Getting on to the hard stuff. Well, I don't say hard stuff, but getting on to the nitty gritty of this Maverick R build that we're doing. First, an update on Patty Mayo. So if you are new to the channel, like I said, and you're just coming here to watch me do some work on the Maverick R, I also have a Pro R. Look, two of the baddest machines in the industry side by side. And it's weird because I always thought the Pro R was big, but then you get it next to the Maverick R and it's like, the Maverick R is bigger, I'm pretty certain. I do have all the suspension off of it. We're powder coating it to match the new cage that we're getting. We got a ton of stuff. I am going to give you guys an update really quick on Patty Mayo. I've currently stripped all the plastics off of her, at least the black plastics, because we're going to paint them. So Patty Mayo will look different for Invasion and Takeover. Pretty excited to kind of show her off and her next part of her transformation. She currently just has an RSK cage on it. But as you can tell with an RSK cage, man guys, that cage makes a huge difference. And I'm safer, and I like safe. I do got some nice Moto Armor mirrors. I like their mirrors. And it's got an RPM Sport exhaust, which might as well just be straight pipe because that sucker's loud. Getting over here, RPM full exhaust on it. And then we also installed the mid pipe that's kind of a cutout, and it looks really beautiful. Got to give a huge shout out to RPM. Y'all did a great job on that exhaust. It looks freaking beautiful. I love the way it looks. So moving on, this video, it's gonna start today, but it's just gonna be like, when I say I've got stuff for this car, my buddy Mike that I am building this car for, we've just got boxes and boxes and more boxes over there, boxes everywhere. So first, we're gonna start off. I'm gonna finish getting the front end off of my Pro R really quick, and I'm gonna move her outside, and I'm gonna clean up my shop a little bit. And then after that, I'm gonna lay out every single part I have that's going on this Maverick R. So it's gonna be a fun little build, tons of stuff. I'll show you guys each and every single thing that we're gonna do along the way. And maybe you can see what all you can do to your Maverick R if you get one. I am gonna get one day. I'm not one of those haters of Can-Am versus Polaris. I own a Can-Am and I own a Polaris, so I love both of them. They're both pain in the ass sometimes, and they're both pieces of junk. That's just the reality of all these side-by-sides. So, enough of the talking. I'm gonna knock this out really quick to get this black trim off, and then I'll come back and I will start showing you guys what we're doing. But first, let's get Patty Mayo out of here and clean this shop up so we can have a nice clean operating table. All right, now we got a special unboxing. These are custom-made seats. This is a set that Mike custom ordered, so it comes with the tags, kind of with a lot number, and tells you everything. That's one thing about PRP. When they do things, they do it right. They don't half-ass stuff. And I'm excited because these seats are special. They are not just custom made. They are air conditioned as well. Check out those bad boys. Nice. Pretty excited about doing this build for an awesome customer. Our friends at PRP, they made him a nice custom seat. It's actually a pair. Pretty excited about this one. These particular seats, they actually have heated and air conditioned inside of them, if I'm not mistaken. Let's turn it upside down real quick. Okay, so there we go. Lots of stuff going on with these seats. I'm really pumped about setting these up for Mike, and I'm going to share the whole install with you guys on these, and maybe a separate video on that, just because these seats are so special and unique, and I don't think there's many out there that do these. So I'll give you guys some more specs soon, but PRP for the win, baby. Nicely done. Got these nice 3-inch wide harnesses. I love the way the 3-inchers look. I'm not sure, I've never driven with them on or anything, so I'm not sure how they are as far as comfort level goes. So we got seats. I've got the XCR seats as well. They're the widest ones and the bolstering isn't as aggressive. We got the seats, the harnesses. We've got an aftermarket intake system. It's kind of a high rise. It's supposed to get better airflow, they say. We've got catch cans, we've got intake brackets and the code shooter and all kinds of good jazz. We don't have the fuel pump there. I gotta go grab that out of the trailer really quick. And now it's time to yank this cage off here in a minute. But first I'm gonna clean up my shop because it's kind of like an operating table. We don't like to operate on a dirty table. So we're gonna clean the shop up really quick, get ready, get organized, and then I'm gonna yank this cage off. No trip to RSK would be complete without letting Grandpa Vern meet his new grandson.
Oh, look at that face.
Oh.
Did you tell Daddy that the reason that I'm holding you is because Daddy made you cry?
Oh my God, shut up. Anyways, guys, we're here at RSK to pick up Mike's cage and his son Chase. Very cool shop. You guys should go to Whiskey Throttle's video, check it out. We also have a video we did a few months ago as well. We love the guys at RSK. Krista is here. There's Aubrey and Vern and Cindo. This guy is kind of a known big deal. It's kind of a big deal.
By the law.
Border Patrol's trying to get him.
So you're an illegal alien?
Yeah.
Who's gonna see this video?
The Border Patrol is. They're coming to get you.
Using what? Super citizen power?
Bill Nye.
Oh yeah, I'd like to. Yeah.
Bill Nye the Razor Guy.
Bill Nye the Razor Guy.
Bill Nye, little.
That's Aubrey. If you guys ever reach out to me and you wonder who Aubrey is, when I'm like, hey, I'm talking to Aubrey about everything, that's her. She's the HWIC, which is the head woman in charge. Yeah.
Chaos coordinator.
She's the chaos coordinator. Vern does something here. I haven't figured out what he does here
Make
yet.
your son not cry.
Oh, okay, there we go.
He holds baby.
Oh, look, he's ready to go to sleep.
Oh, let's go check on these cages, guys.
Snuggle? Oh.
Sir, all right, guys. So we've got his son's YXZ cage. Got the French Shin light bar. Just looks sick, man. I'm telling you, I love their cages. It's not even because they sponsored me. I wanted one of their cages before any of that. Got that super sick Maverick R cage. They hand make every single roof scoop. Check out that color. It's kind of hard to see it in the sun. It definitely looks awesome. Sorry I'm recording this on my phone because my battery on my GoPro died. Got to spend some time with Vern and Cindo and Aubrey. This is their first time meeting our son. But anyways, we're going to head over to UMC for race night. So this video won't show that. There'll be a race nights video in the future. And then the next part of this video, you'll see me at back in the shop putting these cages on and having fun. So all right, we'll see you in a few. All right, guys, back in the shop. It's a Sunday, so I'm just gonna kind of relax a little bit. I'm not gonna work crazy hard, but I did want to come and start knocking this cage out on this Maverick R. So I've already started on this side. Luckily, when you're removing the cage on the Maverick R, the other side has welded in nuts. So you literally just throw a 19 mil on it and you just pop it right out. Grab our trusty Harbor Freight impact because I'm too broke to afford nice impacts. No, I'm just joking. It's just this one works pretty good. Now these bolts looks like they have red Loctite or something on them. Anyway, so it's pretty easy. The front section. Well, looks like the cage is popped out in the front. I'll put those there. Rear section, I'm going to take a peek and then I'll let you guys know what I find, but allegedly it's easy. So give me 1 second, let me figure out the rear and then I'll let you know how it's done. Okay guys, typically I've installed cages on like tons of different cars, so this one's actually a lot easier than some cars as it looks so far. So I'm going to show you guys on this side. I actually pulled this whole panel off here. There's this plastic trim piece that goes around this section, and you can pop, as you can see these clips, bottom here. This section goes here. It pops in to those. There's two 10mm bolts right there, right there. Once you get this up, you can kind of manipulate this section because right there you see that tab. It's got a T30 that goes through there. Then you can pull this whole piece off. We're just gonna move it over here. Mike's car's pretty darn new, so we don't really want to scratch anything up. Lay it down gentle. And then from there, it is going to be, I believe I'm using a 19, if it's the same as those front 2 bolts. And you actually have access to all of these here, which makes it really nice. The rear section of this frame is literally just a floater. So if you have an X3 and you bought a Maverick R and you're trying to change your cage over, just know that the rear bar on this doesn't even hook up to the bed the way that it does on the X3. The X3s actually go down and has 2 bolts that go through to hold the bed section now, excuse me. So anyhow, like I said, got a 10 millimeter there, a 10 millimeter there. We're going to pop this section off. You can see down there, there is a T30 right there. But once you pop this off, it's easy to get to it. Be gentle with it so you don't break the clips. I'm gonna bring this down just a little bit, which is not gonna hurt anything. There is that T30. You plan on having the cage off for a couple of days, get you a bag of bolts, man. Keep things organized, because I'm doing so much work on this car that I want to be organized. Anyways, I've got to put the camera down. I'm going to lift this section off really quick. All right, here we go. Pop these bolts out really quick. Now we're going to take all of these bolts out on each side. After that, all I'm going to need is a friend to help give me a hand to lift this thing off. They're not super heavy, I don't think. They're made with pretty thin wall tubing, hence why you should change them out just for safety's sakes. I've seen so many cages just fold up like pancakes that are stock. Let's get our impact gun on this, and then let's get a wrench on the bottom. I don't believe, no, these nuts are not welded on, and we'll zip this cage right off. Just so you guys know, it's an 18 millimeter nut, so 18 mil for the bottom side, and then it is actually a 16 mil on the top. We did get them all out. It wasn't too hard, so had to kind of hit this a little. It's kind of kinked on there. All right, we're gonna repeat the process on the other side, and then after that, all I need is just somebody to help me pull this thing off, which will probably be tomorrow, but it's all baby steps. I guess Can-Am finally got tired of hearing them complain about the ease of doing work on their cars. So, like I said, you pull this back, 2 bolts there, very easy. Other side, same way, 2 bolts out. As you can see, there are bungs, bolted bungs right there. So, bam, pops out. Back here, pops out. I've got one little bolt right here. I'm gonna start at least pulling this fuel pump out of this car. If you have an aftermarket cage already installed on your Maverick R, chances are it's gonna be a little bit of a pain. If you go to my buddy Trevor with UTV Invasion's YouTube channel, he did this pump as well, and he had an aftermarket cage with the windshield down there. It was a little bit more to have to work with. Luckily, we'll get past some of that headache by having this cage off in the future. Taking it apart, it's not super hard. This job is gonna be a little time consuming, but you've got a trim piece here. It's held on by, I believe that's one T20 right there. And then this trim piece comes off. Then you've got this piece right here, which is just popped in like that. I like the ease of taking this off, but it kind of explains why the Maverick R's are having problems with their pieces just flying off, because this is almost a little too easy. But took a little trim tool, popped it up in one corner, the rest comes off. So you will have these 2 pieces, and then you have to take out 1, 2, 3, and then 4. That one's being stubborn. You have to take those bolts out. So I'm gonna work on this last one. It's being a little stubborn. I have to throw a flat head underneath it and kind of push it out. And then hopefully we can see and get a little access to the fuel pump. So the next part of the process to get this fuel pump out, this is the actual fuel pump, everybody, is gonna be to remove this 10 millimeter bolt here. And then there's a 10 millimeter bolt right there. We're gonna remove this section here. And then we go through and we start popping all the clips off. We'll get to that tomorrow, which will be, tomorrow will be 2 seconds for you. It'll be about 12 hours for me because I still have to go to work in the morning at my main job. But yeah, we'll be back later on, which will be just a hop, skip, and a jump away for you guys. This is what I have left to do this week. Mike will be here on Friday. Hopefully I'll have all this done before he gets here. I'm pretty sure I will. So we're doing the fuel and pump install today, and then reinstall the cage. It's fairly straightforward. Got a catch can that's going on, a charge pipe, blow off valve, high flow intake, Evo shifters, PRP harnesses, and the PRP seats that are heated and cooled. Pretty excited to see how that goes. Bam! Those suckers are sick. Really good looking colors. I think it's going to turn out awesome, especially with his new wrap that he got. So I'm going to knock this out. Essentially all you got to do is unplug here, pop this clip back. Be careful, guys, on this clip. I just popped it out. It's got 2 arms, one on each side, and you just barely want to move them with your index finger and your thumb and then push out. These clips are known to break and they suck. Get you a rag when you pull this off. The line's probably still going to be underneath pressure, and then we're going to take this and we're going to pop this back. This plastic piece should slide back, and then remove this plug. Then we're going to take this, spin this ring. I saw on Trevor's video where he mentioned the arrow should always be in a certain spot. I actually don't see an arrow here, but it is like that on Polaris's. You want this to be extra tight. Also, just to add, guys, when you're pulling this fuel line, after you get that blue clip out, this blue clip here, just want to show you guys how it works or how it looks. We are then going to press down. There's a dimple right there. Press down. It will unlock it from the top, like I said. Maybe throw a rag under there so you don't get fuel everywhere. There's probably still going to be pressure on it depending on how long ago you drove the car. They shouldn't leak at all in theory, but some things bleed through. Okay guys, next step is taking this piece. If you see it here, it does lock into place. What I did is I took a flathead, kind of just worked it in, turned it just a tad, and then worked the other side out, and then voila. And then from there, you can stick your flathead in right there, pull out this locking clip. I don't know if that's necessary, but, and voila. Press down, as you can see on the inside of this, when you press down, it lifts up. So essentially, it is 2 locks. You've got a locking plate that's kind of like a deadbolt, I guess you will, on a door. And then you have that where you press down, pull back. It is off. We now have these 2 things. There's a little pocket here. You can tuck that away. Then there is this section where you want to kind of push this line out of the way. This line is a hard line. It's not a soft line, so be careful with it. You don't crack it. And now we are going to take this. You can either use, there is a special tool for it. There's also, there's just a few ways you can do it. You can put a flathead here and knock it loose. Personally, when I do it, because I don't know where my tool is, one of my employees took off, I'll take a pry bar, hit it there, and it will just spin right off, as long as there's not a ton of dirt and stuff in it. So knock that out real quick. This is where you're going to mount the relay, and then I ran the wires underneath there. There is a bus bar here that you can see. So it actually even has little markers on it that says ground. I don't know if you can see that, but it says ground and then 12 volt. So you want to wire it into this one right here, not this main one that says ACC, which is loose. Anyways, so put this back up, cover it back up so you don't have anything that can arc on it. I've got the fuel line clipped back on. It does just kind of pop into place. Then you want to take this thing. Don't break this thing, guys. Then you have to order another one, and nobody really carries these things, at least that I know of. And you're going to take it, put it on, and snap it back in place, like so. That is locked. You want to make sure that thing is locked. If that thing does not lock on there, tug on it. Make sure that it isn't going past that point right there. I am going to remove this seat because we need to get access to this panel that's behind it. The next thing we're going to be doing is running this vacuum line, and it's going to plug in right here, run it all the way down, all the way back, and we're going to run it to the charge tube. Anyways, vacuum line runs down. Make sure to put your clamp on super tight. Comes down, run it under here. Now let me turn my light on my GoPro. Put it through here. You pull this back. There is a bolt right there, but you can honestly just pull it out of the way. And then we ran it through here. All I'm going to do is zip tie it up into the tunnel to make it pretty. And then if we go around on this side, pardon the mess, guys. I've got a ton of stuff we're doing this Maverick R. Just yanked off the air box, all the charge tubes. We're putting new charge tubes on it. Got a new intake on it. Anyhow, so it does feed through here. I'm going to run this as low as I can. You're going to take this line. It's easier to do this, guys, when you have it off. This is a new Evo charge tube here. So what I did is I went ahead, I connected my elbow off. Make sure you crimp it down extra tight so you don't lose any vacuum, and it is going to connect right there. So turbo, this goes on here, goes up to the intercooler like so. Last words of wisdom, guys. When you do this, run your lines as far away from the turbo as you possibly can. They are pretty heat resistant, but they still, you don't want to take a chance in burning up your hard work. It's been a lot of work, guys. It's not like necessarily, if it's hard, it's just time consuming. I was talking to Mike, who's the owner of this Maverick R, and just telling him, it's kind of fun. These are the fun things I like to do. So far, guys, we've got the full RPM exhaust as well as the RPM mid pipe, and also the secondary open valve exhaust as well. It sounds great. If you haven't heard it yet, you should go check out the other video I did on this Maverick R where we did the full exhaust. That was a pretty big job. Like I said, not hard work. It was just time consuming, which is okay because it made this car sound freaking awesome. All right, here's where we're at now, guys. I've got the new cage, new RSK cage, and boy, it turned out freaking awesome. I've got the wiring here. That's for the light bar. So we also got all of these control arms powdered as well. That Illusion Cherry. We've got PRP seats, the matching harnesses going in there. They're heated and cooled. How awesome is that? Got the grill wrapped up still. Here we are now. So, oh, and don't forget the wrap. That's going to be really cool. So Mike and his wife, Jess, are on their way tomorrow, and they're going to finish doing the wrap this weekend. They're going to stay with us for a couple of days. Great people. They were subscribers of ours that have became friends, like a lot of you guys have, which we're always grateful for. So we are going to get the rest of this stuff. Most of all of this is going to be on the car by the end of the night, if not tomorrow. Got a lot of stuff that's got to go back on the car. I've already installed this nice Evo charge side. This is the cold side of the intercooler going into the throttle body. We do have a nice Evo blow-off valve right there and T-line. So I've got to wire this in. I'm going to clean this mess up I just put there just as temporary. Had to test some stuff out on the exhaust, and then I'm actually gonna lock it all into a more permanent place and look a little bit better than that. Currently over here, we're doing an aftermarket intake on it, which they use a different filter system, and then they use this long tube here. So, and it goes right here. Well, excuse me, sorry. It goes right here onto the cold side of the turbo, and then it goes all the way up there. We're gonna run our catch can that we're gonna mount over here somewhere, and we're just gonna move and groove and just start putting stuff together. So I'm ready to get this car done. I know Mike's excited. He's gonna be out in St. Anthony's for a few weeks and just hanging out with his family, and we're excited to go out there and meet up with him and do some riding with him. Here in a couple weeks also, we'll be attending Invasion, and then we're gonna try our hardest to make it to Takeover in Oregon, because we missed Coos Bay. Anyhow, guys, subscribers, new viewers, let's go for a little magical ride into the world of mechanics, and let's finish this car up, because I'm getting kind of anxious to see what it looks like when we're done, ready to put that cage on. So let's see what we got. Let's start tearing this apart, or excuse me, putting it back together. Okay guys, so my buddy Mike from Canada and his whole family, they made it here. Somehow US Customs decided they were gonna let him through. Barely. And look at what we got here. What do we got? Tell the camera.
Some new rims for my YXZ.
That's right. Let's take a look. We're all looking for the first time.
Okay.
Ooh, caution.
Oh, wait.
Well, we don't want to mount the wheels if you want to return them. You sure these are the ones you want?
I'm definitely sure. So what's stuff?
It's wrapped up good.
Oh wow.
They do make them nice when they come out, though.
Oh,
yeah.
those look crazy.
I like those. Those are gonna look good on your car.
Those are, yes. This is insane.
That's awesome, dude.
Right.
I'm excited for them. Hostile Wheels, great people. Go check them out. So they are, as a husband and wife team, going to professionally knock this out. And I just took a sneak peek of it, but let's show a little bit of a, it's not really going to come together until it's on camera, guys, but holy cow, man.
It looks so good.
We got our ECU back. I should say Mike got his ECU back. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take it, we're going to remount it. What I did here was I put the screws back in there. I don't know if you guys can see that, so I wouldn't lose them. I am terrible. How many of you guys are terrible about losing stuff? I've gotten a lot better throughout the years of my life, but like even with my suspension stuff, like everything is lined up. This is all one side, this is all the other, just to make sure I have everything. And then if you go over here, I've got all the front end suspension stuff right here. When you're just doing so much to a car at one time, you want stuff to be at least where it's at. Like my Pro R is completely torn apart, and instead of just leaving the bolts everywhere, everything is in this bag. I've worked on enough the Pro Series and Polarises, whether it be XP, Turbo or whatever, Pro R. I've worked on them enough that I pretty much know where everything goes, but on the Maverick R, we gotta stay on top of things. All right, so throwing the ECU in, then I'm putting the harnesses in, and then I'm going to go press some more stuff in the suspension. It's just gonna be a lot of work, guys. Hey everybody, it's the next day. We got Mike and Jess and Isabel. Is it Isabel with a Z or an S? S. She's pretty awesome. That's CJ's little sister. Look how far we've gotten, guys. Look, it doesn't, you can't really tell anything, but the suspension's back on. Isn't that pretty? Like, look how shiny it is. I messed up pressing one of these in, so I got to get another bushing, but bam! That was good. Do you like it?
Oh yeah.
He likes it. Do you like it, Jess? Because that's the most important person, is the wife. The wife is always the most important person. Bam! All right, so we only got to get one more control arm. I'm gonna leave because I got to go get my new. Wheels ready for paint. So Pro R Patty Mayo is going through a crazy transformation next week. So that's the next video. But we got, like I said, super sick Barrett Hepburn wrap. It's got the shiny stuff in it, and we like shiny stuff. So let's watch them put it together. Holy cow, guys. I left for a little while to go get some wheels dismounted and bam! I'm not gonna show you everything. We're just gonna give you like glimpses and pieces. Mike's over there having fun. Jess is having a blast. She said that she loves doing this. She's having so much fun. Then you got another land hippo right there just hanging out. Looks holding like a little land hippo. Tell him I'm a little hippopotamus. I just look like a dog. CJ, what do you think so far?
It's doing really good.
I like it, dude.
It looks amazing.
I'm so excited. And there's a final reveal coming of this car. I think this might be I think Trevor with Invasion has probably the sickest Maverick R up until this point when this car gets finished. And then honestly, to see if we saw a blue and red car together, y'all's two cars side by side. Mm-hmm. I think strong contenders.
It'd be a hard choice, I think.
Yeah, that's
that metallic.
I mean, well, so Trevor for Invasion, it's blue. It says UTV Invasion on it. You know, I think we should put Jonathan New right there on the side of it. Since we don't have an event company, just bam, open canvas. But yeah, like I said, I don't want to show you guys the whole car yet. We're starting to get into crunch time. Cage is going on. Mike already kind of did some stuff on the wiring for me, and I'm going to go ahead and hook all the other stuff up and then get this section right here done. Got to throw it back together. Fun facts, guys. Dalton told me that Dalton actually did the billet fuel rail, the clamps and everything without needing any of that removed. So if you're doing an Evo kit on this car for the billet fuel rail, you can actually retread it from the side. I read the instructions. It didn't really mention anything like that. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm usually wrong about everything. So yeah, anyways, more to come and a whole build list to come. We're down to just these things right here. The high flow intake, I've already pretty much got it installed. I just have to reinstall it when I put all the stuff back together. The harnesses are already pretty much in. The seats are wired already, or about to be done being wired. And then the light bar is about to be wired. So we're at the end, guys. The end is near for this build, and I'm so excited to show it to y'all when we're done. About them pops and bangs, dude.
I don't know.
Sucker, I thought they were gunshots. I actually went down for a second.
I think so, yeah.
She's doing pretty good. Final thoughts, but we'll get more final thoughts after you dune with it. But what's your thoughts right now?
It's fast.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
I mean, are you happy?
Oh, I'm happy.
Don't say you're happy just because I'm holding the camera on you.
Oh yeah, no. It's really good.
All right.
It's been a mission.
Yeah.
But yeah. Awesome.
All right, guys. See you next time. Thanks to all our sponsors. I'll give a little bit more of a recap in a second. Thanks so much for watching this awesome build of this Maverick R. Mike is actually the one that did the last video with him and his son Chase, and I have been talking to him, and he has been having a blast out there. Seems to really like everything done to the Maverick R. We'll definitely meet up with him here in a few days and take a little journey out with him as well, and I'll probably drive the car and give my thoughts on it. I just want to apologize. The video is kind of choppy and kind of all over the place because my GoPro kept failing. I kept thinking it was the battery, and it turns out that it's just the GoPro itself. Multiple GoPros I have with that media kit, they just never work right. So we're actually changing it up, and we're headed south right now to go to Best Buy. We're swapping everything out. They have a killer warranty program that we're under, and we're done with GoPro, but we'll make another video on that. It's been non-stop problems for months, and they don't want to help us. So some parts of the video just drop off. You're like, where did that go? It's because I lost the audio on everything. But it brings me to today's positive message. Despite the obstacles that you may have, whether it's an electronic device or anything, you know, a flat tire or anything, and you know, sometimes you just try to deal with it, and if you can't deal with it in the right way, sometimes you just got to go and move in a different direction, which is called pivoting. So learn to pivot, guys. When things don't go right, pivot and go another direction and keep going. I wasn't going to stop making this video because I was excited about this car, but I hope you enjoyed this little Maverick R build. It was really awesome. I think it turned out killer, and we cannot wait to see you guys at Invasion and then Takeover. Also, thanks to all our sponsors. As always, down below, take a look, and we appreciate everybody. They also have a YouTube channel they just started called the Dune Duo, and we'll link that as well in the description. So go give those guys a subscribe. They don't upload a ton, but it's a cool father-son journey, which I love, just because I have a son now. And yeah, so we appreciate y'all, appreciate all the love. Coming up on the next video, we're picking up the parts for Patty Mayo, and she's gonna look a little different. So the next video is Patty Mayo's build, so the Pro R gets to look pretty too. Thank you guys so much from Krista and I. We love y'all a ton, and see ya on the next one. We stripped the head. I stripped it. Kevin didn't do this. I stripped the head off of one bolt. Oh, looks like you got it. The good news is this barrel is bad. We've had to replace it, so I don't care about this side. Yay! You're our hero.